Hey everyone, Jazzy Jeff here. This is an older episode. This is episode 42 from season 2. And my buddy's channel, Retro Rook on YouTube, his link and his information will be in the description below.
I'm the Rook, and you're watching Jazzy J 714 on YouTube.
He inspired me to dig up one of my old videos that I did and edit it and clean it up and re-release it because it's actually a really good video with some great dialogue from me for once. I must have really been on the ball that day. So I didn't want that episode to get lost to time. So for those who haven't seen it, this is the version to watch. If you want to see the original jumbled mess, I will include that link in the description below. I did keep some of the original edits, but I did also add a lot of my new edits, and I did change a lot of stuff and move a lot of stuff that to me didn't make any sense. I kind of tended to go on longer tangents back then, and I didn't really control myself the way I do now. But it's all in the process of learning to do videos. So for those of you that have stuck around since then, thank you so much. This is a bonus present for you. Hopefully you don't mind rewatching this episode in the altered state that it's in. I also did add in a couple little fun things, so you guys will all see the surprises. So thank you as always for watching this channel. Take it away, Retro Jeff. Today's trading cards, obviously, if you didn't already read the title of the video, are Spider-Man 2. So, whoa, we got the Roman numeral going on. I didn't even know there was a sequel to Spider-Man. I mean, I just always knew that there was Spider-Man, but to 2, that's blowing my mind. These are 30th anniversary trading cards by Comic Images. It's a 10 cards pack, and then apparently there's special Prism cards that are available. Marvel Entertainment Group Incorporated, produced by Comic Images. In Saddlebrook, New Jersey. So obviously going to be focusing on Spider-Man. That is why I have my Daredevil t-shirt on.
Where is the other one?
Right here, Kingpin. And the name's Daredevil.
You would have to be a daredevil to dare to challenge me.
I'm taking your family. The police have your son, and I have you.
My son? You are weak, useless.
You are weak, Willie. Useless.
This time, the fight is mine.
Father, no! Father, no!
Now you're mine.
First up, we have the Jackal. So that is a really sweet looking Jackal we have right there. Keep in mind, I don't know if I mentioned already, these are from 1992. There's the back of it. Of course, there's a little, written couple little paragraph or two about the Jackal. I'm not going to read each card or else we'd be here all day. But he was Dr. Miles Warren. He turned himself into the Jackal. This is the guy that later on made clones and stuff of Spider-Man. And very, very, I'd say, overlooked or underappreciated villain. Because in the early days, he was really awesome. It's a shame that he is tied to the ever so crazy Clone Saga of the 90s. But if you were lucky enough to read the storyline with him from the 70s and 80s, they did a really fantastic job with his character. I forget where I came across these cards at. I don't know if I got these as a part of a set or if somebody gave them to me. But I have this Vulture already. It's called Duel to the Death. There was obviously multiple storylines with the Vulture and Spider-Man. But the more popular storylines were he was dying. I'm trying to see if I can remember his name. Adrian Toomes is the Vulture. And the storyline was he was an aging old man. He was trying to regain his youth back. So, very, very interesting. Another fantastic villain. It blows my mind that there's been like 8 fucking Spider-Man films and they have not put the Vulture in any of them. I always thought he would have been a really great villain to put on screen, a really easy villain to put on screen, a very simple costume to use. You wouldn't have to use like any kind of robotic or CGI or anything like that. Just a very smart, clever villain, sort of like the Riddler. And if done right, could have easily been in any of the Spider-Man films. But nice. So we finally have our first Spider-Man card. And the thing I actually really like about this card is you never really see this happen too often in the comics or even in the cartoon series. Now, of course, I'm referring to the Fox Kids 90s, the TV show, the cartoons. You never see Spider-Man take pictures. You always see him fighting and stopping crime or fighting the Green Goblin. But this is really awesome to see him making ends meet, because that was sort of a big part of Peter Parker's persona and life. All right, up next we have our second Spider-Man card. Of course, we have the ever popular storyline, the Saga. And that's when the alien symbiote was picked up. And then later on, it became a major storyline in the Spider-Man solo comic books. And we all know that obviously Venom comes from this, but originally it was the black suit that Spider-Man wore. Good stuff. Wow, this next one is a really, really awesome card. I can't take my eyes off of it. It's just so shiny and beautiful. So here we have the X-Men. And this is the old school X-Men when they had the cute matching suits and Cyclops looks really corny and Beast was actually hairless and just crazy all around when Angel was a big part of the team, and then for some reason he like disappeared in later incarnations of the X-Men. But awesome, awesome card. And then there you actually see the Beast that we all know and love. And of course Iceman's hanging out there in the back. Here we have a picture of Peter Parker from the very first comic book that Spider-Man was ever in, which was Amazing Fantasy number 15. You know, you never really see Spider-Man or Peter Parker, so to speak, with glasses because, later on the spider bite, I guess, increased his senses. So he no longer needed glasses. We all knew that going into this, that there was going to be a lot of Spider-Man cards. So, no surprise there. Kind of looking a lot of these cards are really reminding me a lot of Todd McFarlane's work in the 90s when he took over the artist duties on Spider-Man. And I always enjoyed Spider-Man being in really neat positions and crouched certain ways. Me being the biggest Spider-Man fan of all, I actually don't know a whole lot about the Ringmaster. I actually forgot this guy's name until I saw the back of the card here. That is really strange looking. And what an odd pick. Overall, what an odd, strange pick to put in the group, in the set. So I like that, though. I like that they're picking something, a villain that you don't normally ever see. But I never really got into the Ringmaster, nor do I own or have I read any stories with the Ringmaster. So there you go, a card that I know nothing about. Wow, now this is an awesome card. This is the second to last card. This would have been a really good one to end on. So here we have the Avengers, of course. Another series that is in full swing at the box office. Hollywood has certainly embraced them. And this is funny because looking at this list of Avengers here, there's so many in this picture that are not in a movie. And when I think of the Avengers, this is what I think of the Avengers. Alright, so the final Spider-Man 2, the sequel to Spider-Man 1, trading cards, 30th anniversary. Boom! No way. Are you fucking kidding me? That's awesome. That's awesome. We've got Carnage, or AKA the spawn of the Venom symbiote, or the Black Ooze. Cletus Cassidy, baby. That wraps it up. So I just want to thank you guys, as always, for checking out this video. Hopefully I didn't go off topic too much. Hopefully I kept you guys informed as well as entertained. And if there's any content that you guys would like me to cover, talk about, or review, as always, leave it in the comments below. So, I'm Jazzy Jeff. These are trading cards. It's been a fantastic time reviewing. Take care, guys. See you around.
Sigourney Weaver is one of the only women in the world who cuts it as a real action star. And in Alien Resurrection, she's pumped and primed.
Queen. She'll breed. You'll die.
This is the fourth go-round for Lieutenant Ripley and the double-jawed, acid-blooded, chest-bursting aliens.
So you, ran into these things before?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I died.
And she's so hot in this one. Tough, bald, and totally demented. My kind of woman.
She makes an impression.
Winona Ryder's along for the ride, too. Like a little Sigourney, buff and bad. This flick is also loaded with new alien tricks to add to our nightmares, like mutating, swimming, and worse. I tell you, this movie's got it all.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Alien Resurrection on Cinemax.